I guess the way I approach things is that I very much look at it from the point of view that actually all of these kids have just got one shot at education and we've got to get that right for them. So what we go in and do in the classroom has got to be stuff that inspires them, motivates them, encourages them to be the best they can possibly be. And somewhere along the line, rather than just learning enough stuff to pass an exam, they've also got some skills, stuff that's actually going to set them up properly for life. For me, I'm straight in there and I'm bringing my experience of working with young people and children, and so whether I'm working with staff, whether I'm working with pupils, whether I'm working with students, the whole thing is about taking that experience, looking at stuff that's worked in the past, working with real people and saying, okay, what's worked in the past, what's fantastic, is there something that I can do with this that will really connect with those individuals in front of me? So if I've got a dysfunctional year 10 who hates school, doesn't want to learn, what's likely to be the thing that's going to click for them and make them suddenly sit up and listen and think, do you know what, A, this is important, B, it can make a difference to me, and C, actually I need to care about this. I think it's about thinking about things from a totally different angle, looking at a problem and saying, okay, this is what we've got, what can we do differently? So for example, say they're teaching, I don't know, geography, and they're doing something like, I don't know, the Rhone River. This was an example of something that we did in school the other day. The teacher came to me, she said, you know what, I'm a bit bored with the way I teach this. You know, it's always outcome the textbooks, we look through it, we try and make some stuff out of it. But she said, but I always find it a little bit dry. She said, what can we do differently? So we got all the tables, we moved them around so they were in a big old different configuration, and we got a whiteboard pen, and then we just drew the river on these tables between them. And the children walked into the room and they said, wow, this looks different, this is going to be fun. So immediately they're engaged, their neurology is in the place that it needs to be in order to learn in the classroom. And then we're just handing out post-it notes and they were just labelling stuff, researching, trying to find out as much as possible about this river. They then labelled the whole thing up and then produced a fantastic piece of work that went up on the wall. And it was a great moment, just that kids walked in there and they suddenly thought, do you know what, learning today is going to be different. And because it was different, they all engaged, they were there with the heart, and what they produced was fantastic. Because I'm out there and I'm doing it all the time, what they get is hopefully a different angle on things. They can think about trying out new ideas and encouraging that bravery from them to say, well, do you know what, the curriculum tells me I need to be this is what it is to be a good bit teacher, someone who's well behaved, does everything they should do, but actually if we're going to make a difference we might have to break a few rules. And what I want to do is encourage people just to look at it and say, okay, I know what I should be doing, but actually I've got these kids in front of me. These are young lives that I need to impact. What can I do that's going to be exactly right and appropriate for them? What's going to make the difference so that they engage? So it's created that bravery, get them to try out new ideas, but also I'll give them a whole lot of practical strategies, things that I've taken into schools, tried out, done in the classroom that I know have worked, and then they can go back and they can either adapt it, change it, or just try it out as it is, and then hopefully get a better result in the end. I want young people who are going to leave school and think, okay, I'm ready for the world. And one of the big things about that is that actually I want them to care. I want them to look at the world around them and think, do you know what, I'm part of this. It's my responsibility to be connected with other people around me. I think if a child believes they can do something, the chances are they're going to achieve it. If they think, do you know what, I can't do this, this is not something I can cope with, I don't think I've got the bravery to do this, they're never going to be able to. And I think for me, it's about generating that bravery in the classroom, getting them to think, do I dare to do this? Pushing them outside their comfort zones a little bit, but creating the classroom environment where it's okay to fail, it's okay to try stuff out, it's okay to make mistakes, it's okay to just explore any ideas. All answers are good, not necessarily correct, but they're all good. And I think I want to create classrooms where children, young people come in and they think, I'm just going to try something out today, I'm going to get braver, dare to be the kind of people that they ultimately are going to end up being.